G'day gamers, Vader G here, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different on the channel. We're going to do a phone review. I'm going to do a review of the Galaxy A90, which you can see on screen here at the moment, scrolling through, extremely snappy. I've been super hyped about getting a new phone, but I'm also very conscious of what I spend on technology and phones and the like, so I wanted to get something pretty good value for money. And I reckon I've cracked it. I reckon I've done pretty good here with the Galaxy A90 phone. We've got real snappy performance. It's a pretty nice looking phone. It's a nice business looking phone. It's not super out there with red and green or all different weird colors on the case. It's just kind of a nice phone that sort of suits me. But what we're going to really focus on in this video is its gaming performance. We're going to have a look at its specs. We're going to have a look at its benchmarks. But we're really going to drill down and have a look at its performance from a gaming perspective. I couldn't find anything when I was looking at this phone, could not find anything online relating to its gaming performance. So let's take a look at that. I paid $590 Australian for this phone. You can see on the screen it's pretty schmicko. It's got a pretty cool looking back as well. 590 Australian equates to around about 400 US or a bit less. Anyhow, what do you get for that? Let's drill down and have a look at this phone, guys. Well, firstly, let me just say, out of the box, I was super impressed with this phone. It came with Android 9, automatically uploaded to Android 10, powered by a Snapdragon 855 processor with Adreno 640 graphics, 6GB of RAM, 128GB of expandable storage. It's got a pretty schmicko screen. I really like the screen. It has no curved edges, so to speak. It has a really sharp picture, 6.7 inches, a big phone, Super AMOLED display, and we've got a pretty long-lasting battery as well, 45,000 milliamp hour battery. From a camera point of view, I'm not a real camera dude, but we got a 48 megapixel, 5 megapixel, 8 megapixel at the front, and I believe at the rear of the phone we have a 32 megapixel camera as well. We've got 25 watt rapid charging, and it's 5G capable, which might be handy in the future. I have no real need for it at this point in time, but in the future, it might be something that comes in really handy and might be just future-proofing my phone. From a benchmarking point of view, I have to admit I was super impressed with the results. So running Geekbench 5, as you can see the results here on screen, the results were pretty damn outstanding, to be perfectly honest. 741 single core, which puts it below the S20 Ultra, as you would expect, but really sort of not too much behind the Exynos X20 Plus at all. And kind of right in there with the S10e, the S10 Note Plus, and those sorts of things. Where it really shone was its multi-core comparison test. 2689 it scored. So it is second on this list. You can see all the other Galaxies. Second on this list only to the S20 Ultra. So I'm not sure if I just got lucky here or if it is actually just that good a phone all round. So that's great, but can it actually game? Well, like I said before, guys, I couldn't find any gaming reviews on this phone when I was looking to purchase, so I'm going to run it through its paces with some pretty demanding games. Marvel Future Fight, so it's very demanding graphically. PUBG Mobile, Asphalt 9, really high graphically intensive game, and of course Fortnite, which I think is probably the most graphic intensive of them all. Going to have a bit of a look at Injustice 2 as well, and we're going to run all these games on the highest available settings. So the first cab off the rank, we're going to have a look at Marvel Future Fight, my favourite mobile game. The things we're looking for here, guys, are frame rate drops, we're looking for excessive heating, and we're just looking at general performance of the actual phone, how well it actually responds in gaming conditions. And as you can see, I'm running this on high graphics. This is not a game you would normally run on high graphics, regardless of what device you have. You would normally be running this on medium or low graphics. But you can see on screen there's really no frame drops when I'm playing this game. It responds really well. And, you know, I scored really well. When I was playing Alliance Battle Extreme, when I was playing Squad Battle, I scored really well with the phone. So what we're going to do for each of these videos, we're going to have a quick look like this. So we're going to have the actual, like I'm recording this with an iPad. We're going to have the iPad recording of the screen. And then we're going to go into the actual screen recording from the Samsung itself, which, to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the screen recording. It does a good job, but it seems a bit, you know, it seems a lot more framier when you actually look at the screen recording from the Galaxy itself compared to when you're actually playing the phone. I don't know if that makes any sense. The recording doesn't lag the phone at all, but I just don't think the recording quality is, I don't know, I don't think it's reflective of the actual game's performance, because I can tell you this game, it runs so smooth. It runs so smooth. Anyway, I'll be quiet and you guys can have a look at this. So as you can see here, guys, the only time it really loses frames is probably, right now. You can sort of see these hugely graphics intensive moments. Sharon Rogers doing her tier 3 skill, or when there's a huge amount of stuff going on the screen. I would say when you're actually playing the game, it's negligible. But when you're looking back on these recordings, you can kind of see a few frame drops here and there. It does not affect the gameplay experience at all. It's super smooth. Buttery smooth, it's very responsive, and super happy with this phone from a Marvel Future Fight point of view. We had no heating of the phone at all during Marvel Future Fight as well. It just ran at probably high 30 degrees, just as you would expect it to. Alright guys, so you can see there it's eaten up Marvel Future Fight for breakfast. Let's have a look and see how it goes on Asphalt 9 Legends. Also a very highly graphics intensive game. Beautiful gameplay, to be perfectly honest. I forgot how good this game was until I played it on this phone. Had zero lag when playing the actual phone without the recording. It was just absolutely beautiful with 3D effects turned up to 100%. It played like an absolute dream, and I'll actually be getting back into this game because, I don't know, just the experience of playing it on the phone is kind of hard to translate onto the screen, but had a huge amount of fun, and yeah, really enjoyed it. But as you can see on the screen, no frame drops, it just eats it up for breakfast. The phone absolutely smashed it, so the 855 Snapdragon is doing its job, and yeah, no overheating of the phone either, no excessive heating, probably at that sort of high 30 degrees as well for this game. Alright guys, PUBG Mobile, next cab off the rank. We got extreme graphics settings enabled. Let's see how the A90 deals with PUBG Mobile at max graphics settings. Let's see on the screen here. Silky smooth in regards to gameplay with the plane through the air here. Getting ready to drop in. And we managed to clock up quite a few kills in PUBG Mobile with this phone. So, yeah, definitely no issues in regards to response. The gameplay was super smooth. You can see on the screen we're dropping in now. Gameplay was super smooth. Once again, it's kind of one of those games that graphically is beautiful when you're playing it, particularly on maximum settings. If I wanted to have even better performance, I guess I could reduce those graphic settings just a little bit. But for the purpose of this exercise, for the purpose of this review, obviously we're going to try it on maximum. And yeah, you guys can check it out and see for yourself. See what you think.
Stay alert. Excellent work. Excellent work.
So yeah, gamers, we've had no overheating of the phone. The phone is just at normal temperature, 30 odd degrees. Performed really well through this test of PUBG Mobile, so have no hesitation recommending this phone for anyone who's keen on playing PUBG Mobile, even at the highest settings. Okay, next game we're going to have a look at is Fortnite Mobile. Fortnite Mobile, I have to say, is probably the most graphics intensive game that we tried out, and probably the game where we experienced maybe more frame drops than any other game. You can see on screen here as we're dropping in, we're up around that sort of 60 frames per second, so up around maximum. And it's not like the phone performed badly. Actually, when you were playing the game, you couldn't even realize, like you didn't even realize that there was any frame drops. But when you had interaction with a number of people, when there was a fair bit of shooting going on and that sort of thing, fair bit of live action, then we had frame drops down to around about 30 frames per second, sort of running in that 30 to 40. But and there was a slight heating of the phone. It's not like it overheated the phone, but I would say that the phone certainly got into sort of like the 40-degree range while running this game. Not super hot, but way more noticeable than any of the other games that we tried. I have to admit, this is an absolute monster of a game. I think it's sort of like 10, 14 gigabytes or something like that on a phone. It's insane the amount of size, the amount of room that it takes up, and it is graphically intensive. Once again, let's have a look at the gameplay and see how the A90 performs. Alright guys, so you can see not my finest moments from a Fortnite perspective, but still gives you guys the overall idea of how well the game plays. It plays pretty damn smooth, 30 to 40 frames per second in high action areas. A little bit of heating, but not like it's burning hot, superheating. So we've moved on here to Injustice 2. So we're looking at Injustice 2 gameplay. It's a bit of a 2D platform fighter type game. Not a bad game, actually a pretty cool game. In regards to graphics intensity, it's nowhere near as graphics intense as the other games, and you'll actually see the graphics are nowhere near as good as the other games. Zero heating on this game, zero frame drops. It all just played pretty damn perfectly. So, what do you guys think? So this is the 5th game review, so 5 games on one phone. What's your overall opinion of the phone from a gaming perspective? Be interested to hear from you guys in the comments below. Also, just stay tuned. At the end of this, we'll have a quick look at the photo quality that comes out of the A90 for anyone who's interested. In a bit of a more all-round review, I'll just show you a few photos that I've taken around the house. All right, guys. Thanks.
There's no place to hide.
For the gods!
No. I'm Batman.
In all fairness, guys, I haven't tried the camera out a huge amount. Here's just a few random shots that I've taken around the house, just to try and see the color quality, the image quality. It's really nice. It's beautiful, as you'd expect from Samsung. It takes really, really nice photos. Struggles a little bit in low light. I'm not sure if that's just a normal thing with Samsung. Oh, there's a selfie. Not looking too bad, I have to admit, although where's my hair gone? But yeah, it takes really nice outside photos, really nice inside photos. On that period where it's dusk, we'll see a photo of my house coming up here. On the period of dusk, we'll see that it probably struggles just a little bit, but I didn't adjust any modes. All these photos are just on auto, nothing special. You can see that's a beautiful photo, so it captures really nice detail in regards to photos. So guys, in summary, okay, the A90 is not advertised as a gaming phone, but it can certainly game. With the Snapdragon 855 processor, basically runs all these games at high graphics with minimal lag, minimal frame drop, and really sort of silky smooth performance with a beautiful kind of screen and images and responsivity. It's really nice. No heating. Even after playing Marvel Future Fight for an hour, I didn't get any heating with this phone at all. I'm really impressed with the phone. I think it's outstanding value. To anyone who thinks the Samsung A series are weak phones in regards to performance, I'm going to say think again. The A90 has really closed the gap between the A series and the S series, in my opinion. The Snapdragon 855 chipset, beautiful phone all around, and for $590 Australian or $400 US or less than that, you can't go wrong, guys. Anyhow, I hope you've enjoyed the video, my first phone review ever, so hopefully it's been useful to someone out there. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks guys, bye.